All right, I'm here with Natan Levy, UFC lightweight, the third Israeli fighter in the UFC. So you had your fight back in November. How was that experience going in against Rafa Garcia? How did you feel after that awesome win on the Contender Series?
I was feeling good during camp. I was in amazing shape. I was very good mentally. I think, I just needed to make some adjustment in the fight that I couldn't make on the spot, but I've definitely done them in training since. And that's it. I'm looking back to get back in the win column.
And you're now matched up with Mike Breeden, correct? And that's in April?
Yes, that's April 30th.
And how do we feel leading into that now?
Again, I'm feeling great physically, mentally. And now it's just about, sharpening all the tools. I think one of the mistakes I did in the Rafa fight was maybe being a little bit too eager to take him out and did some technical mistakes. So for me, it's about sharpening the tools and the strategy, the technique and the tactic, just so I don't make these mistakes again. I'm going to be collected and like I usually am in my fights. So it's just about getting the win.
Do you feel like now that you finally got your feet wet, got in the cage, got 3 hard rounds, and you're feeling like you found your place? Like now you know what to expect. There's nothing that's gonna come out of you and just be like, oh, the jitters, or walking out, or staying in the hotel alone. You now know what to expect, and you feel motivated to go out and get the result in this next fight, correct?
Yeah, I am very motivated. As far as jitters go and the nerves, I think that's something that never goes away, but it's also something that you can use to your benefit. Anybody who's ever done anything great in life has felt, some nerves.
Absolutely.
So for me, it just means that I'm doing something big, And when I know I'm doing something big, I know I have to be fully committed and fully with my mind on the task, and that's what I'm going to do on April.
Perfect. So now that you've been how long in Las Vegas?
I've been training in Vegas for 8 years and living here for 5.
For 5. And do you miss not being able to regularly go back and forth between home and here, or have you committed and now made Vegas home?
Vegas is home, but also Israel is home and my family is there. So, for me, going back and forth all the time was very hard. It's not something I want to do. It's not something I wanted to keep doing. But also, I would have rather being able to go back home to visit more often. But with COVID and the fights, and you never know when you're going to fight, so it's a little harder.
It is, yeah. And now that, COVID seems to be kind of, in the back, I hope, rearview mirror. Would you like to travel with fighting with UFC? Would you like to go overseas? Hopefully there'll be some more events international. Would that be something that you would like to do personally?
Like I would go wherever I need to go to fight, no doubt. I've done that many times before, but there's no feeling like,
Fighting at home.
fighting at home. You're done, you get in your car, you drive home for 10 minutes, and that's it.
I agree.
It's a hope behind you,
For sure. And your background specifically, when you first got into martial arts, it was started in karate, correct?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you started?
I started at 15,
15.
which is kind of late, and I got into MMA at 22, which is kind of late. Started fighting professionally at 26, which is late, but everything has its own time, and I put enough effort to make up for lost time. So yeah, like right now I'm 30. I don't feel I've peaked yet physically. I get stronger all the time, get more technical, get faster. So I see this. I think I'm going to keep going for a few more years, and I'm going to make them max out of it. I'm going to take it all.
You're gonna grow into your final form. You know what I mean? You're just developing every day, and that's the beauty of being in a place like Vegas. We're just getting better, and that's what you want. Having started later on in life, coming in at 15 and then 22 and then 26 as a pro, and then now we're in the UFC. Do you feel that your first 15 years of life kind of brought you to that moment to where you look back and you're like, I was supposed to do this from the beginning?
I think we'd all wish we'd started earlier. but we don't know what kind of butterfly effect it would have done. I know a lot of people that when I started training, they were already black belts, or some friends that were like kickboxing champions, and by now they're all worn out. They stopped training, or they got married. They stopped having this like being their priority. So for me, I feel like as long as I have the passion for it, like I do, I don't think it matters really when I started. Like I said, I made up for a lot of the lost time, and I'm gonna keep doing that.
Awesome. And like obviously with your schedule, you're training 2, 3, 4 times a day. It gets hectic, it gets busy. But what are some of the things you like to do when you're downtime, when you just have some time where you can just relax and just unwind?
I don't like to do a lot of things other than training, but obviously spending time with my wife, chilling, watching movies and shows, playing a little bit of video games, not too much because I'm terrible at it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. And so for this next coming fight, April 30, it's here in Las Vegas. So again, you're going to go through the exact same thing you went through back in November. And what do you know about your opponent, Mike Breeden? Do you know kind of the style that he's going to bring, or what you're going to expect when you do come into the cage?
Yeah, you know, he's going to bring the noise, a lot of punches, some low kicks, some other kicks, but mainly punches. You know, I feel like he's a tough opponent, but I'm tougher. And I think the guy that I just fought is a higher level fighter. I think I'm a higher level fighter. So for me, it's just to go out there and prove it.
Facts. And you know, your division, the lightweight division, it's pretty stacked. There's guys, you know, Islam Makhachev just coming off a great performance. But next title fight, Oliveira Gaethje. What's your prediction on that?
I think Oliveira is very underrated, and I think Gaethje is an amazing fighter. He can definitely, you know, get out on top. But if it goes to the ground, I think Gaethje is is going to be overwhelmed, and there's like different levels to this game, and Oliveira is on the top of the level right now.
So you're going with Oliveira.
Yeah.
And then let's go Oliveira Makhachev.
This one, also very tough fight. I think I would go with Oliveira as well. Obviously, Islam is an incredible fighter, and he might smash him. We don't know until we watch it. But I think if he takes him down, he's going to be in a world of trouble.
Oh, yeah, I mean, his jiu-jitsu is the best.
Yeah,
it's the elite
just the best.
Of the UFC. He's got the most submissions in the UFC. He's one of those guys that was brought up in the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have a regional career. He wasn't fighting in Jungle Fight in Brazil. He was in the UFC like from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think that shows like, and he has a lot of losses on his record. It's not something that matters. It's just like his progression has been incredible. So I'm excited for that fight. I'm siding on Makhachev just because he's just such a smash. Like, and he's just so strong. When I saw him against Bobby Green, I was like, that man is huge. He looked like an 85er.
He is huge. You know, I seen him at the PI. I seen him in Abu Dhabi. He's huge.
Yeah, and those guys can cut a lot of weight. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting fight, but regardless, I'm more excited for your fight, April 30. So just give a shout out. Tell them your social media. Tell them anything that you want to, mention. If people find you, where they can find you on social media. If there's anyone that you want to shout out, feel free.
Yeah. My Instagram is Natan_Levy, NATANLEVY. And that's it really. I want to shout out my gym, Syndicate MMA, my team, my agency, Iridium, and thank you, Sasha.
Pleasure. It was awesome having us on here. Tune in, guys. April 30. We got Natan Levy taking out Mike Breeden. Check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.